Hey love, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am lifestyle, beauty, and wellness blogger Zakiya B. Wright. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to do the most easy and simple glam. But before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can catch the notification every time that I upload a new video. Let's get started. So I'm gonna start off by cleaning my face. These are the night calming makeup removing towelettes from Walgreens, and I really like these because they cater to my skin, and I have oily skin, so these are really good for oily skin, and they smell really good too. So I'm gonna use these just to clean off my face. I did go outside this morning, so I haven't done a makeup video since like my first two uploads. If you go back and you look at my previous uploads, those were like my two first videos, because I really enjoyed doing makeup at first. Like, I loved it, and I wanted to start a YouTube on it. So I started the YouTube on it, and now I'm just taking my Hydro. This is a primer, so it's kind of like a moisturizer for your skin. So I'm gonna take this and I'm going to just put it on my skin to help moisturize it before I put the makeup on. But anyway, I was doing that at first and I really enjoyed it. Like, I loved doing makeup, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna film this. But it was so, I think back then I didn't know how much work that you needed to put into making videos, like to become like a YouTube makeup blogger or whatever you want to call it. I didn't know at the time. I was young, so I was like, this is too much, and I just gave up. And I was like, I don't even wear makeup like that no way, which I don't, but whatever. So I just got done taking this, and I'm excited to this video because this is where I started. Like, my first two uploads were makeup videos, so I am a little stoked to get this started today. So next, I am going to take my foundation. This is the Bobbi Brown Skin Longwear Weightless Foundation. So I'm going to blend my Bobbi Brown foundation with the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, and this is in the shade 355 Coconut. So this is what it looks like. If you can see that, this is what it looks like. I'm going to use this, and like I said, I'm going to blend it. The Bobbi Brown one is a little bit lighter than this shade. This shade will probably give me a more tanner look, and that's why I like this shade, because it's winter and my skin's a little pale, so I like this shade because it gives me a more tannish look. So I'm going to use that, but first I am going to start my eyebrows. So I always do my eyebrows first just to get it out the way, and because when I'm blending my foundation and stuff, I just go right around it and I go, you'll see. So I'll do all of that. And I am taking the Anastasia brow powder, and that is this one. I'm going to take that and I'm going to take the darker shade. And how I do my eyebrows is, like you see me, I brush them up at first, and then I basically follow the hairs of my brow. So I follow the hairs, and I'm not gonna start right here in the beginning. I'm gonna start probably here, and I'm just gonna follow the direction of my brow hairs, just going over that to make it look more natural. That's why I don't start here, and that's why I start here. And it's, you know, your brow doesn't look like it's drawn on. So I'm taking that. Now, a lot of you are probably like, well, why hasn't she made any natural hair videos? We're gonna talk about that. I'm gonna talk about that right now. The reason why that I'm kind of like stepping away from the natural hair videos is because I just feel like I am way more than natural hair, and just you guys seeing my natural hair journey. I will still continue to film some of that, but it was for the most part, so draining. And I say it was so draining because I'm already a micro influencer. So I'm not getting paid for any of this. All of this is for the free. And I don't have a problem with that because I'm not in it for a paycheck. I'm in it to show you guys my hair journey and me getting my hair to where I kind of want it to be. So, you know, it was just too much. It was just a lot of filming on days where I felt like I had too much to do already. And when you're doing natural hair, like YouTube or whatever, you have to come up with these concepts. And it kind of starts to run low because you're like, okay, I just filmed a wash and go. I just filmed a wash day. Like, you start to kind of run low on ideas when it comes to that. It's so particular and it's so niche. It is the most niche thing, I feel like. And I also just felt like it was taking a lot of my energy. Like, I felt like every time that I had to film a natural hair video, I was like, I don't feel like filming today. And I felt like that almost every time. And like I said, I will still continue to help. I mean, I still will want you guys to see my natural hair journey. Like, I'll still film, like, you guys can see me style my wash and go, or I still do stuff like that. But every single video being about natural hair and you guys seeing my hair, like, I feel like I could offer you guys way more than that because I'm into lifestyle stuff. I'm into cooking and wines, and I'm about to get married, so I'm going to be vlogging a lot of that. So I'm into a lot of this stuff. And like, I just feel like I want to be able to show you guys that. And I also feel like since I kind of want to take this thing to the next level as far as like full time, I heard from the natural hair community, from people that's in the natural hair community, that natural hair brands barely pay you. Yes, you heard that right. They barely pay you. So I've heard that floating around. Like, they don't want to pay like proper compensation for your work. Like, feel like you are doing so much work for it and you're not getting paid for the amount of work that you do, or pay proper compensation for the amount of work you do. Like, a lot of people just said that natural hair brands are very cheap. So I'm so happy that, and I'm blessed that I learned that early on in the game, because if I would have went full throttle with natural hair and finally went full time, y'all would have been like, if I would have switched over to lifestyle content, y'all would have been like, where'd she go? Like, hello, we need more natural hair. We need you to do more natural hair. We don't want to watch this. So I am just glad that I was able to learn that early on and kind of switch my field early on, because it was already a lot. Like, and then I've never had any ideas for Instagram content. I really want to boost my Instagram, and I felt like I've never had like good Instagram content for natural hair. But with lifestyle content, I can give y'all so much more. And that's just what I feel like. And so, I don't know. That's just my take on things with natural hair. And that's why I stopped creating that content consistently. Because it was just already a lot. Like, I can take pictures. I can do a batch day, which is what I'm doing today. I can do a batch day for 4 or 5 hours, produce all of that content for a good week or two, and you know, the only thing I gotta worry about is editing the content, checking emails, and that's it. But with natural hair, you gotta be in your hair, you gotta do your hair in the camera. Like, I'm trying to grow my hair, I'm not trying to put extra manipulation on it. So that's another reason why I kind of like stopped doing it, because you do have to get on camera most of the time and do your hair for your audience to see, do these styles for your audience to see. And I just like, no, I could produce I can do a batch day, 4 to 5 hours, and get a lot of things done in one day rather than having to film different days and different. It's just too much. Some natural hair content creators do get paid a decent amount. They do have a good salary. But let me tell you the secret to that. So now I'm going to take my concealer. Before I get into that, I'm going to take my concealer, and I've been using this concealer since I started doing makeup. This is the LA Pro Girl concealer, and this is in the color Almond. And I've been doing this since I started doing makeup. I've been using this concealer. It works fine. Like, I'm not about to spend $50, and I rarely wear makeup on no concealer. So, and I just outline my brows just to clean them up, to make them look more cleaner. Just outline it with this little brush that's already on the concealer. And sometimes I do the bottom, but I don't feel like I don't need to do the bottom today. And I'm going to take my blending brush, and I am going to blend in this concealer to help clean up my brows. So with that, like I said, the natural hair content creators that do get paid a decent salary, they have a particular look. So these natural hair companies, these natural hair brands, they only, I'm not going to say only, but most of the time they are searching for a particular look, rather than if you were to be a lifestyle or a travel content creator. You really don't have to have a certain look. Your content just got to be good, and you have to have a good audience. But with natural hair brands, they are looking for a particular look, a particular skin color, maybe a particular hair type. The hair has to be a certain length, or it's so particular with these natural hair brands. And those are the girls, the ladies that I feel like get paid the most salaries, is those girls with big hair and beautiful hair, and they have a certain look to them, and that is what the brands are looking for. So I'm like, look, I don't have big hair yet. I don't know how long it's gonna take me to get there, and I'm not about to wait on that. So I just said, look, let me just switch my field. And that's what I did, because like I said, I feel like I can offer y'all way more than natural hair. I really do. And that is what I have been doing since the beginning of this year. If you don't follow me, make sure you follow me. Shameless plug. At Zakiya B. Wright. I'll leave it right there. So you can see all of my content that I produce every day. My eyebrows are now cleaned up. I cleaned them up with my concealer. Now I'm going to go in with the foundation. The foundation is probably like my favorite part, because I get all of these blemishes that I got going on. I'm going to use my blending sponge. Now I damp my sponges because it just helps spread the product so much more easier. So I'm going to use that. Like I said, I'm going to take this Bobbi Brown. I'm just going to put a little bit on my hands. And then I'm going to take my Maybelline and put some on my hand as well. And I'm going to blend these two shades. The Bobbi Brown one is definitely my shade. The Maybelline is going to add more, give me more color. So I'm just going to blend these two together. So yeah, that is basically our conversation today, is why I moved from natural hair. Look at that. This shade from Bobbi Brown is almost perfect. Like, you can't even tell that I have makeup on. And I did put more of the Bobbi Brown foundation on my hand than I did the Maybelline. Like I said, the Maybelline just tans my face a little bit. So, and plus I'm running low on it, so I didn't have a lot to put on there anyway. But I just want to see really quick how this Bobbi Brown fits my face without the Maybelline. Look at that. This is like almost perfect. So when they sent me this, they asked me for my shade and I was able to take like a quiz to find out my shade. So if you're wondering, well, how in the world did you find out your shade and it's blending so perfect, girl? They have a quiz online where you're able to find out your shade. So that is what I use, and they sent me this foundation and it's so good. Like, I don't even need the Maybelline. I do not need the other foundation to blend because look how good it's blending on my skin, and I am so serious. What in the world is going on here? Look at that. Like I said, the Maybelline is giving me a little tan, but without the other foundation, with just the Bobbi Brown, my goodness, I done came across something new. Okay. Look at that. And so when you're blending your foundation, some people use blending brushes. I know a lot of makeup artists use blending brushes. Now I'm not even using the other foundation, y'all, because it's just blending so well with my skin. I don't even need the extra tannish look. So you want to make sure when you are blending in your foundation, like I said, I use a blending brush. A lot of makeup artists use, I use a blending sponge. A lot of makeup artists use blending brushes. I like to use a sponge because I like to spread my makeup and make sure it's getting every single blemish. Make sure all of it is matching. And I do go over my nose ring, but I'm gonna show y'all how I clean that. And so I am just basically spreading it all over, and look how good it is. You can't even see my blemishes anymore. Look how good that looks. Hey girl, what's poppin', girl? Look at that. Look at that. Now I'm going to go in with some concealer. I'm not going anywhere, guys, but the concealer is going to brighten me up a little bit under the eyes. So this is the same LA Pro Girl concealer. And I'm just going to put a little bit. A little goes a long way with this concealer. So I don't need too much. I just like to blend under the eyes to wake it up a little bit. I'm doing a batch shoot today. I'm not going anywhere. Just doing this batch shoot. So I need to wake up a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this pointy part of my beauty blender, and I am going to blend under my eyes. Now I am also going to take it up a little bit like this. Take it up a little bit and blend it there, because this is going to wake that entire area up. So we ain't gonna be looking like no zombies out here, okay? We're gonna be awoke, and we're gonna be ready to do this batch shoot, baby, okay? Without any issues, we gonna be ready. She ready? Yes, she is. And voila, we are done. This is my face. I'm so glad that you were able to watch me blend my makeup, because remember, that was my very first YouTube video. So I'm so happy that I was able to bring that back for a little bit. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you next week. Bye.